Well, I'm not sure what happened there, but yeah, the computer kind of went haywire for a minute there. But is anyone still here? I can get back to it. I'm not sure if anyone's still stuck around or if... Yeah, my computer is having performance issues. Let's see here. But it seems okay now. Let's see. Give it another try. Okay. Yes, that's me. Walker, Arizona Ranger. Alright, sorry about that. So, as I was saying, this is the package that I got from AirPotter, and I just was saying how I thought the outer layer was pretty cool because it has like airbags. You've probably seen that before. Yeah? Isn't that cool? It's like an air mattress for the outside of the keyboard. Then inside of that, you got this box. And then inside of this box is the fancy box. Here we go. There we go. Now I got the fancy box. So, that's nice. It slides open. I haven't gotten farther than this yet, so I'm not sure what the keyboard looks like yet in person. Got another nice layer of foam here. Here's a PCB. PCB looks pretty standard. That's cool. Got these 3 indicators. We can look at that more later. Aha, here we go. Here's the case. So I went with the blue case with a carbon fiber plate. Looks like this is set down in here, assembled. I went ahead and went with the aluminum weight. Color is nice. I wouldn't say that it's exactly the color. I mean, in person, it doesn't look exactly the same to me as it did in the group buy pictures, but like the renders and stuff. But that could be down to, I don't know, could be down to my monitor or something. But it looks very nice. Here's the weight. Yeah, somehow I missed that they changed it. Instead of saying Space65, it says Voyager 1. That's pretty cool. No more jokes about space being spelled wrong, I guess. I'm not sure what this thing is for. It looks like there's a separate bit right here. Don't know yet what that's about. But well, looks like it's only held together a bit loosely at the moment, so I don't want to draw too much of a conclusion about how it's going to sound based on that. But I wonder if I can fish this little guy out. I'd like to use this. Nah, I'm sure I have one. So I'm looking for an Allen wrench to pull the back off. Take a closer look at how this thing goes together. Screws are pretty. Blue. Yes, so I was gonna use the linear switches on this, you know, blue on blue, but as you can see here, we're not talking about even the same kind of blue at all. I mean, not really in the same ballpark, so I might rethink that. I'm not sure if I'm gonna still use those switches in this keyboard, but we'll see. I did join the Think65. Kiwiora. I saw the Think65 in person. I thought it was cool. I haven't seen the brass one though. I didn't join the brass group buy because it was really expensive, and my keyboard budget wasn't. Didn't have enough room for it. But I like the Think65 or Think65, whatever it's called. I'm not sure which one's right. Is it Think65 because it's a 65% keyboard, right? It's a cool little engraving on the inside. I got a little bit of grease on it. Whoops. So here's the little diffuser. Cool, cool. I guess that goes on the side here. Looks like that little diffuser goes right there, so that when the LEDs shine, kind of helps diffuse light coming out the side. That's nice. That's neat. That's nice. Huh. Cool. I guess there isn't. Did I miss something? Oh, now I don't know why we got multiple diffusers for the other side. That's interesting. Cool though, I mean, it's fine. But this, I take it goes in here. Diffuser for the other side. There's more than one. There's actually 4 in here. There's no way you could fit 4 in this hole. You might be able to fit 2. I wonder if they gave multiple diffusers for people to, if you're supposed to put 2 in there or what? Does anybody know? Kind of cool though. Wait a minute. Yeah, that's a diffuser, right? What else would it be? Okay, 2, huh? Yeah. So you got 5, so I guess you have a few millimeters between the PCB and the plate, but then the LED emitters stick out a little bit, so. Would 3 even fit? It seems like 3 wouldn't even fit. Oh, this is cool. So 2 it is. The Time Lord has spoken. I love that show. I'm so far behind though now on Doctor Who that I'm afraid to even try to watch it because I've missed so many episodes. Kind of seems overwhelming to try to catch up. This is kind of cool how they have the 90-degree little daughter board attached to the side. That's how they did the side LEDs. That's cool. Looks like it has a little notch in it so that it can interface with the main PCB. Nice, nice. Looks like a typical Atmega 32U4. Still looks kind of the standard. USB-C, thank goodness. Nice. Well, it's tempting to just build it, but I haven't really decided for sure what switches I want to use in it, so I think that would be premature. The other thing about this keyboard is I'm gonna try something on this build that I haven't tried before. It's a laser cut foam, assuming that it fits. There's a laser cut foam. There's this company, they're kind of newer, I guess, called mkultra.click. They sent me a sample of some foam that you can put between the PCB and the plate. I'll just grab it real quick and show you. Yeah, so it's an EVA foam. It's similar to craft foam, but he says it's a little bit denser than the craft foam. I don't know. It doesn't feel very dense to me, but I'm gonna try it. So this apparently, have it backwards. This, you stick it between the PCB and the switches, or the PCB and the plate. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna build the keyboard with this foam and then build it without the foam, or other way around. I'll probably build it without first and I'll see how it sounds, and then I'll add the foam and see how much of a difference the foam makes, because this is being touted as a really nice acoustic improvement. So I want to see if that's true. See if it holds up. As you can see, this foam piece was intended for some other keyboard. I think it was for a KBD67. But as you can see, they both use the same layout, so it should work fine. And it's not too big. It's not bigger than the PCB, so it'll just sit right there between. So that'll be fun. I don't think I can do it now though. So this is from a website called mkultra.click. So he sells pieces of foam that are pre-cut to fit various keyboards. They didn't have a Space65 foam, but I got the KBD67 foam. I think it's the same. I mean, you can see the switch layout's the same, so it's gonna fit. And maybe by now he'll have a Space65 foam. I don't know, but I know somebody on the Top Clack Discord has already tried it, and but it wasn't really clear to me whether he was testing the plate foam or the case foam. So this here is, he's calling it the plate foam. He's calling this plate foam because it gets sandwiched between the plate and the PCB. And then he also sells foam that you put under the PCB, between the PCB and the case bottom, just like everyone's been doing with shelf liner or sorbethane. A lot of people put something under the PCB for less echo. But this one he calls plate foam. So plate foam, and underneath the PCB, case foam. It's cheap. It's like, I think it's like $12 or $14. I mean, I don't know if that's cheap, but I guess for a piece of foam. I just figure with the having to custom cut it, it seems reasonable price-wise. It doesn't seem expensive to me, but I'm sure the material is cheap. The material itself is probably cheap, but you gotta cut it. So I don't want to speculate too much about how effective this will be, because I hope it is effective, but I really don't know. I haven't tried putting shelf liner, no. What I have tried on some of my builds is this show something that's kind of similar density, kind of a rubbery material that I've put between on actually several of my builds now. Is this it's a 3mm by 3mm square cross-section silicone rubber. It's actually a silicone foam, so it's not like super dense, but yeah, I've used this. I've put strips of this between the plate and the PCB, where I would just glue big long strips across these pieces, and then I would glue little small strips on the vertical parts. Now this, I'm pretty sure helped improve the sound, but it wasn't like I don't think it was super dramatic difference, but I'm not sure, because what I didn't do is I didn't record how it sounded before and then after adding this foam. I did on one keyboard, but it was a K-type, and I did more than one modification to the keyboard, so I couldn't really isolate the changes to just that. So we'll see if this stuff works. My only concern is this is less dense than the foam that I've used in the past, the strips that I just showed you. This stuff here is actually, it's like really lightweight, it's like, feels like air. So I don't know if it's actually going to do anything, but we'll see. I mean, like in terms of acoustics, like I can't really tell a difference holding it in front of my ear versus not having it there, so that's not a very scientific test, but I'm skeptical, but we'll see. I'll try it. I'm skeptical that it's going to work, but I'm going to try it, because I guess there's two things here. One, maybe you could consider three things. So on the one hand, you could ask yourself, is it going to block the sound or absorb the sound? I think the answer to that is probably no, because it's very light and airy. The other, though, is maybe is it going to dampen vibrations? But by what method? Is it going to dampen vibration by adding mass? That's what people do with speakers and with car audio and with a lot of things. Well, no, it's not going to really add any significant mass to the plate or the PCB. But then finally, the one thing that I have some hope that it might do, that might be useful, is it going to help things vibrate and resonate less due to the fact that it'll be sandwiched between the plate and the PCB. So now instead of the plate and the PCB each being their own kind of thin piece of material that each has its own, potential to ring out like a bell, instead they're going to be sandwiched into all one sandwich. So they're not going to, it's not going to be able to, like the plate, for example, is not going to be able to vibrate without transmitting some of that vibration through the foam and into the PCB. So I'm just thinking maybe with them all smashed together as a kind of a one layered big thing, instead of having two separate parts. I'm wondering if that might help the whole thing be dampened, but I kind of don't think it'll make that much difference because the switches are already connecting the plate and the PCB, and these little gaps between the switches it's not a lot of material. So if you're talking about just if you're talking about just preventing this little piece of the plate from ringing out, I mean, come on. So I'm skeptical, but we'll see. What I would have liked is if you had a product just like this, but like super dense, like sorbothane or even just rubber. Any kind of just something heavier, just something with some, with some gravitas, But that's okay. I'm gonna try it for sure, because right now all I'm doing is speculating. So let's see, what time is it? I wonder if I have any stabilizers ready to go. What do you guys think would be best for this keyboard? GMK or Zeal? I was thinking maybe this is a pretty fancy keyboard. I mean, this is the fanciest keyboard I've bought so far. I don't have a lot of custom keyboards. A lot of mine are from Taobao or something. So this thing's pretty cool. I think I'll probably just go ahead and just use a set of Zeal stabs on it, because it seems like a nice keyboard. Let's see. Let's see. Let me adjust my microphone a little bit. So this thing's ready to build almost. Well, I guess I have to wait. I guess I have to build it later. Wow. The thing is, I would be fine to just build it now, but I've been promising my daughter that I would. Well, that's funny. I just noticed one of these screws is a heck of a lot longer than the other three. Oh, never mind, it's two. Two of them are longer. Never mind, that makes sense. Okay. So, oh, this is the part I was gonna check out. This thing was a little bit loose. Huh. Oh, it's held on by magnets. I forgot about that. So you can just pull this off anytime, even after it's built. Ah, that's pretty cool. Kind of pointless if you ask me, but well, I guess, okay. I guess you might want to change not badges. You might want to change weights later. Yeah, that's cool. I dig it. I guess I'm just gonna put this stuff away and build it later, but thanks for watching. If whoever tuned in, I'll do a build stream and test that plate foam at the same time. So TTYL.